The Sound of Music remains one of the most beloved musical films of all time, celebrated for its breathtaking scenery, unforgettable songs, and heartfelt story of love, family, occasion, and resilience. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the beloved cast of The Sound of Music, revealing their real names, ages when they joined the film, and the meaningful paths their lives took beyond the screen. We'll also pay tribute to those we've lost, honoring their lasting impact on cinema and the generations they inspired. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite Sound of Music memories in the comments below. Let's revisit the music, the magic, and the enduring legacy of this cinematic masterpiece. Christopher Plummer was born on December 13, 1929, in Toronto, Canada, and brought a commanding presence and classical gravitas to every role he played. He was 35 years old when he took on the role that introduced him to a global audience, though he often spoke critically of the film in later years, preferring the complexity of his stage work. Trained in Shakespeare and theater, Plummer built a distinguished career long before and long after his early fame, performing with the Royal Shakespeare Company and earning acclaim across Broadway and London's West End. Off-screen, he was known for his eloquence, sharp wit, and artistic integrity. Over the decades, he took on a wide range of roles in film and television, aging into some of his most powerful performances in his later years. He won his first Academy Award at 82, becoming the oldest acting winner in Oscar history at the time. Christopher Plummer passed away peacefully on February 5, 2021, at the age of 91. His legacy is one of elegance, endurance, and a lifelong dedication to the craft of acting. Eleanor Parker was born on June 26, 1922, in Cedarville, Ohio, and possessed a quiet versatility that made her one of Hollywood's most respected yet often underrated actresses. She was 42 years old when she portrayed a refined, graceful woman whose composure masked deep emotional strength, bringing dignity and nuance to a supporting role that left a lasting impression. Long before that, Parker had earned 3 Academy Award nominations for Best Actress in the 1950s, showcasing her wide range in both dramas and thrillers. Known in the industry as the Woman of a Thousand Faces, she seamlessly transformed into every character she played, refusing to be typecast. Off-screen, she valued privacy and family, stepping back from the spotlight in later years to focus on her personal life. Though she never sought celebrity status, her work earned the admiration of peers and critics alike. Eleanor Parker passed away on December 9, 2013, at the age of 91. Her legacy lives on through performances that exemplified grace, depth, and a timeless commitment to craft. Charmian Carr was born on December 27, 1942, in Chicago, Illinois, and brought youthful warmth and sincerity to the screen with a presence that felt effortlessly genuine. She was just 21 years old when she took on the role that would define her career, playing a spirited eldest daughter whose innocence and charm resonated with audiences around the world. With no prior acting experience, Carr was studying to become a speech therapist when she was cast, and her natural grace quickly won hearts. Despite the film's global success, she chose not to pursue a full-time acting career, later focusing on interior design and authoring books reflecting on her time in Hollywood. Off-screen, she was known for her kindness, humility, and enduring connection to fans. She often embraced her association with the film, attending reunions and speaking fondly of her castmates. On September 17, 2016, Charmian Carr passed away from complications related to dementia at the age of 73. Though her time in the spotlight was brief, her legacy remains forever tied to a role that continues to inspire new generations. Peggy Wood was born on February 9, 1892, in Brooklyn, New York, and built a remarkable career that spanned stage, screen, and television with quiet authority and grace. She was 73 years old when she portrayed a wise and compassionate figure whose gentle presence brought calm to every scene. A seasoned Broadway star and respected soprano, Wood had been performing since the early 1900s, earning acclaim in both musical and dramatic roles. Her voice, once a defining part of her stage career, was dubbed in the film due to age, but her expressive face and dignified bearing needed no enhancement. Off-screen, she was thoughtful and literary, co-founding the American National Theater and Academy and writing her own memoirs. She worked steadily into her later years, becoming a familiar presence on television as well. Peggy Wood passed away on March 18, 1978, at the age of 86. Her legacy is one of endurance, quiet strength, and a deep devotion to the performing arts that lasted more than half a century. Heather Menzies-Urich was born on December 3, 1949, in Toronto, Canada, and brought an endearing blend of innocence and spirit to the screen. She was just 14 years old when she stepped into the spotlight, playing a playful and curious child whose charm helped capture the hearts of audiences around the world. Though she had little acting experience at the time, her natural energy and sweetness made her instantly memorable. After her early success, she continued acting into adulthood with roles in both film and television, though she eventually stepped back to focus on family and advocacy. Following the death of her husband, actor Robert Urich, she became a dedicated cancer research advocate, founding the Robert Urich Foundation. Off-screen, she was known for her kindness, humility, and unwavering love for her family. On December 24, 2017, Heather Menzies-Urich passed away from brain cancer at the age of 68. Her legacy lives on not only through her iconic childhood role, but also in the compassion and strength she showed throughout her life. Marni Nixon was born on February 22, 1930, in Altadena, California, and became one of Hollywood's most gifted yet unseen voices. She was 35 years old when she lent her vocal brilliance to one of her most famous dubbing roles, bringing warmth, clarity, and emotion to a character while remaining uncredited on screen. A classically trained soprano, Nixon built her career behind the scenes, famously providing the singing voices for some of the era's biggest stars, including Deborah Kerr, Natalie Wood, and Audrey Hepburn. Though audiences rarely saw her face, her voice became iconic, elevating film musicals with unmatched technical skill and heartfelt delivery. Eventually stepping into the spotlight, she found success on Broadway, in concert halls, and as a voice teacher, earning overdue recognition for her contributions to cinema. Off-screen, she was thoughtful, passionate about music education, and proud of her unique legacy. Marni Nixon passed away on July 24, 2016, at the age of 86. Though once hidden from credit, her voice continues to echo through generations of musical lovers. Richard Haydn was born on March 10, 1905, in London, England, and carved out a niche in Hollywood with his distinctive voice, precise diction, and flair for eccentric characters. He was 60 years old when he portrayed a meticulous and slightly pompous figure, whose comedic timing added a memorable charm to every scene. Originally a music hall performer and radio comedian, Haydn transitioned to film in the 1940s, often cast in roles that showcased his unique vocal delivery and theatrical mannerisms. Beyond acting, he was a talented writer and director, known for his wit and sharp intelligence. He preferred a quiet life away from the spotlight, rarely giving interviews and valuing his privacy. While never a conventional leading man, his performances were always memorable, adding texture and humor to classic films. Richard Haydn passed away on April 25, 1985, at the age of 80. His legacy endures through the unforgettable voice and quirky charm that made even the smallest roles feel larger than life. Anna Lee was born on January 2, 1913, in Ightham, Kent, England, and brought elegance, resilience, and quiet strength to every role she played. She was 52 years old when she appeared in one of her most internationally beloved performances, gracefully portraying a supportive and dignified figure with warmth that resonated across generations. Trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, she began her film career in 1930s Britain before moving to Hollywood, where she became a favorite of director John Ford and appeared in several of his classics. Off-screen, Lee survived personal hardships, including a devastating car accident that left her partially paralyzed. But she never allowed it to dim her spirit or passion for acting. In her later years, she became a fixture on daytime television, earning admiration for her perseverance and professionalism. Anna Lee passed away on May 14, 2004, at the age of 91. Her legacy is one of quiet grace, unwavering strength, and a lifelong dedication to her craft that inspired generations of actors and audiences alike. Ben Wright was born on May 5, 1915, in London, England, and became known for his refined voice, dignified presence, and ability to embody characters of quiet authority. He was 50 years old when he portrayed a loyal and principled figure whose calm demeanor left a lasting impression, even in a supporting role. Beginning his career on British radio, Wright later moved to Hollywood, where his distinct accent and versatility made him a favorite for roles in both live-action films and voice work. He voiced memorable characters in Disney classics like 101 Dalmatians and The Jungle Book, bringing warmth and sophistication to animated worlds. Off-screen, he was private and devoted to his craft, often working behind the scenes in radio and narration. Though rarely in the spotlight, his work added depth and texture to every project he touched. Ben Wright passed away on July 2, 1989, at the age of 74. His legacy lives on through a voice and presence that quietly enriched some of cinema's most beloved stories. Portia Nelson was born on May 27, 1920, in Brigham City, Utah, and carried a quiet grace and artistic sensitivity that touched every aspect of her diverse career. She was 45 years old when she portrayed a gentle and nurturing character whose brief scenes added warmth and humanity to a beloved story. A true multi-talent, Nelson was not only an actress but also a gifted singer, songwriter, author, and cabaret performer. She was best known in literary circles for her inspirational poem autobiography in 5 short chapters, which resonated deeply with those on paths of personal growth and healing. Off-screen, she exuded kindness and introspection, often using her art to explore emotional honesty and resilience. Though never a household name, she was deeply respected in artistic communities for her depth, integrity, and authenticity. Portia Nelson passed away on March 6, 2001, at the age of 80. Her legacy endures through the quiet strength of her performances and the lasting wisdom of her written words. Julie Andrews brought warmth, grace, and boundless energy to her role as the spirited governess who transformed a family with music and love. She was 29 years old when she took on the part in 1965, already rising to fame after her breakthrough in Mary Poppins the year before, which earned her an Academy Award. Now 89 years old, Andrews has enjoyed a remarkable career spanning decades across film, stage, and television. Known for her crystal-clear singing voice and poised presence, she has become a beloved icon of both musical and dramatic storytelling. In later years, she expanded her talents into writing children's books and lending her voice to animated films. Despite facing vocal challenges that changed the course of her singing career, she remained active and influential in the arts. Her legacy is one of resilience, elegance, and timeless charm, continuing to inspire audiences around the world. Nicholas Hammond portrayed the kind and responsible Friedrich, the second oldest child whose quiet confidence stood out among his siblings. He was 15 years old when he took on the role in 1965, marking his first major appearance on the big screen. Now 75 years old, Hammond went on to build a varied career in both film and television, gaining further recognition in the 1970s as Peter Parker in the live-action Spider-Man TV series. Born in Washington, D.C., and raised in Australia, he later became active in the Australian film and theater scene, both as an actor and writer. Over the years, he has taken on roles ranging from historical dramas to light-hearted comedies, showing lasting dedication to his craft. Hammond remains warmly remembered for his early role in the beloved musical, which helped launch a lifelong career in the arts. Angela Cartwright played Brigitte, the clever and observant child whose sharp wit and curious nature brought charm and depth to the family dynamic. She was just 12 years old when she appeared in the film in 1965, already known to audiences from her role on the popular TV series The Danny Thomas Show. Now 72 years old, Cartwright continued to work in film and television after her breakout role, including a memorable part in the classic sci-fi series Lost in Space. As she grew older, she shifted her focus toward photography, art, and writing, becoming a published author and visual artist. Her creativity extended beyond acting, with a deep passion for mixed media and storytelling through images. Though she moved away from the spotlight, she remains a cherished figure among fans of classic cinema. Her performance as Brigitte continues to be celebrated for its honesty, spirit, and youthful charm. Daniel Truhitte portrayed Rolf, the young telegram messenger whose charm gradually gave way to tension and betrayal, adding emotional weight to the story's darker themes. He was 21 years old when he took on the role in 1965, drawing from his background in singing, dancing, and stage performance. Now 81 years old, Truhitte was born in California and trained at the Pasadena Playhouse and the Naval School of Music. While his appearance in the film became his most recognized role, he continued to work in theater and music, later becoming a vocal coach and performer. He has remained closely connected to the legacy of the film, often participating in cast reunions and public events. His portrayal of Rolf stands out for capturing the tension between innocence and ideology, and though his screen time was limited, his presence left a lasting impression in one of cinema's most beloved musical stories. Duane Chase played Kurt, the lively and inquisitive boy known for his sense of humor and distinctive singing voice. He was just 14 years old when he appeared in the film in 1965, bringing warmth and personality to the role of the fifth von Trapp child. Now 74 years old, Chase stepped away from acting shortly after the film's release to pursue a different path. He went on to study geology and forestry, earning a master's degree and building a career in environmental science and software development. Though he left Hollywood behind, he has occasionally reconnected with fans through interviews and cast reunions, always speaking fondly of his time on set. His portrayal of Kurt remains a memorable part of the film's charm, playful, sincere, and full of youthful spirit. Chase's life, after acting, reflects a quiet dedication to science and nature, offering a unique legacy beyond the screen. Kym Karath played Gretel, the youngest and most adorable member of the family, whose sweetness and innocence won over audiences instantly. She was just 6 years old when she took on the role in 1965, making her the youngest cast member in the film. Now 66 years old, Karath began acting at the age of 3 and appeared in several films before being cast in her most famous role. After the movie's success, she continued acting into her teen years before stepping away to focus on her education. She later earned a degree in humanities and studied abroad, eventually returning to the screen in select projects. Karath has remained connected to fans and often participates in cast reunions, celebrating the lasting impact of the film. Her performance as Gretel is remembered for its genuine charm and youthful joy, capturing hearts then and still bringing smiles decades later. Debbie Turner played Marta, the gentle and soft-spoken child who added sweetness and innocence to the family's dynamic. She was 8 years old when she appeared in the film in 1965, bringing warmth and sincerity to her role as the second youngest von Trapp child. Now 68 years old, Turner stepped away from acting shortly after the film to focus on school and a more private life. She later pursued a career in floral design and event planning, founding her own business and channeling her creativity into elegant arrangements and decor. Though she did not remain in the entertainment industry, she has embraced her connection to the film, frequently participating in reunions and public events with her fellow cast members. Her portrayal of Marta remains a beloved part of the story's heart, remembered for its sweetness and natural charm. Turner's legacy is one of early joy and lasting affection from generations of fans. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this look back at the beloved cast of The Sound of Music and the extraordinary journeys they've taken beyond the film. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite moments from this timeless musical in the comments below. Until next time, take care and keep the music, the memories, and the legacy of this unforgettable story alive in your heart.